I'm sitting here with Christopher Espinal, and I've known Chris for a long time. I remember Chris when I used to live in Park Slope, and his father and him and they all owned this Spanish restaurant right there on Flatbush and 7th.
Right next to Brooklyn Tabernacle.
Right next to Brooklyn Tabernacle.
Oh my God.
We still have one there across.
It's across from 7th now.
Well, no, we had that one was always there. It's my cousin's, but we sold ours to Wayne Reed. My dad.
Right, that's a cash out on that one. And I've known him for a while, and we've always been friends. And as you know, life takes you, you end up, if you like music a lot. I mean, some people get into DJing because of what it can be socially for them, but you know, I myself, people like Chris, we got into DJing because we really like the music, and we would go places and be like, yo, I want to hear something else. And then oftentimes you had to play the shit that you wanted to hear.
Right.
So as I came up with the idea for WTF, Work That Funk, as a exhibition of art where artists reinterpret their versions of classic and obscure even album covers, I figured that the best way to incorporate the music so that it was very organic and made a lot of sense and kind of like sort of brought the event full circle was to have music played and DJ that spun the old original funky joints and also the modern contemporary songs that have sampled those old funky joints. So now I'm sitting here with Chris, and he's still debating about his DJ name.
No, I mean, it's Mr. Notorious. That's what it's been for a while. So
right. So I'm sitting here actually with Mr. Notorious. Is that some sort of a self-given moniker, or?
No, it's just it's a good way to advertise the site, MrNotorious.com. But
there it is.
I don't need a DJ name actually. I mean,
right.
The stuff I play should speak for itself. If people like what I play, I mean, they want me to play for them, I do it. But I mean, I don't play for any particular reason. I play for
right.
So we can bop our heads and think about those times at Ukachi when we used to just battle with tracks. And that's what I want to do. I really want to get people off the crap they're listening to now on the radio and just bring back, you know, what good music used to sound like. And the only good music I've heard lately is, have you heard that Pharoah Monch clap?
That clap is great.
Stupid.
That video is awesome.
It's an awesome video.
The video is awesome.
That kind of stuff is, you know, that's stuff that I like, and I just wish that, you know, I'm 32, I'm not that old, but, you know, I wish that people under me would appreciate newer music, and older music, and I feel like they don't do that. You know, they're stuck on this hip hop advertising bullshit that I can't stand. So
right.
That's my MO.
That's your MO, and obviously you've you know, fostered this love for like really good classic.
My dad put in the brain, you know. So Dominican, I'm Dominican, so you know my dad has like I think he has like over 400 or 500 pieces of vinyl in the basement.
Right.
Of just merengue, salsa, and then he's got like the Barry White.
Right.
Isaac Hayes, got, you know, William Devon, just crazy shit that you would never think a Dominican guy who was an immigrant would have in his basement, but he does. And you know, I get my musical taste from my dad, and of course from friends that I know,
right,
like yourself, sir.
Right.
So.
And so you definitely grew up in a musical household.
Definitely.
And
every Dominican grows up.
Right.
Every Hispanic, anybody from that culture, Hispanic, black, grows up around music. If there's no music in your life, I mean, there's something wrong.
Right. Then you got a kind of a bad life. Yeah. You got a bad life. And obviously, I mean, as you know, Work That Funk being a exhibition on album covers, like what were some of like your favorite album covers when you were growing up?
I mean, of course, Tribe Called Quest.
Right, that's great.
Gangstar,
right.
Mobb Deep. I mean, they weren't really great album covers. Like you want to talk about great album covers, Slave.
Right.
New Birth.
New Birth got the crazy album cover.
Parliament.
Right. Nugget Brains. Exactly. Exactly. Ohio Players had the great ones too.
Oh yeah.
They had the sexy joints.
Had some sexy album covers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bob James has a lot of crazy album covers.
Yeah, Bob James has a good ones. Rick James had some good ones as well.
Yeah, Rick James had some crap.
You know what I mean? He definitely, and that was the crazy thing about album covers, because now everything, you know, with music being so digital, you don't have that kind of visual connection.
You don't get it at all.
Because you would walk, when you was young, you would actually walk into a store and you can get enraptured by an album cover.